All right, folks, it's your boy Charles Barkley, and today I'm here to talk about my experience trying to bounty hunt with Asui 2. So, I played the online provisional today with over 200 people, and I was like, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. See what I can make happen. You know? I mean, nobody knows the deck, nobody knows how it goes. Maybe you'll get lucky. So I put together a list. I went water. Maybe that's the right answer. Maybe it's life. I'm not sure, but we tried it, and I went with the card pool stuff variety, and it went okay. Went 2 and 3, dropped after the third loss, but I think there's maybe something here. But if I can really tighten this list down, maybe I got something. So to start off with, here were my attacks and actions. So I ran Grasping Tape Toss as a 4X. The idea here, it's a throw. Nothing about Asui's kit. If this attack is not blocked, your next attack gets +2 speed, or enhance your attack, discard 1 card from your rival's card pool. Your ranged attack gets +4 damage. Nothing about that says you can't use a throw. This is the ranged throw in the game, so that's a free, 9 damage. They'll half it to a 5, just off of this with a card in pool alone. So that was definitely the winning thought process of let's give that a shot and try and work it together. This actually worked pretty well for me, other than I've checked pretty poorly on trying to play it a couple times. So the 5 kind of hurt. But overall, good card, major player, would play again. Alright. I also ran Eat My Sticky Balls. It's a 4-diff, 4 high for 4. The best part of it for me, honestly, was the +1 high block. That's pretty much the best time it was relevant, because basically the 4 high 4, very blockable, and it only pays off if your opponent doesn't block. So I didn't see the payoff more than once out of 5 sets. So not lovely. Thought about subbing it out beforehand. Think maybe that was the right choice. Right. The other 4-diff I played, or another 4-diff I played, that actually paid off a little better was Tape Stream Jab. It just adds 1 2-card pool from discard from them. It's a 3 mid 4, but if a card has left your card pool this combat phase, you can change the zone of the attack, or your rival's card pool. So if you use the Asui discard, you actually can move Tape Stream Jab to whatever zone you want. The 3 mid 4, pretty low numbers, but the ability to move it if you've used Asui's ability, or if they've cleared cards, you with Forcing Surrender or something. Even that alone can help out with setting up something further. Decent role player, would definitely play it again. Last 4-diff I ran was Tongue Whip. Big card, opponents always had to try and deal with it. I got pretty good damage out of it a number of times, but add card to card pool off the top of their deck, and add +1 damage for each card in card pool as a 4-low 4 for 4. Great value, 100% would run again. Good card. Then, as my only other 5-diff that I ran 4X'd, I ran Cannon Blast. Unfortunately, most of the time, this kind of just sat in my hand. Never really ran into too many opportunities to play it. The ones I did, I actually got off some pretty significant damage. But, because, with the ability to just tack 4 onto it in addition, that can easily be 15 with just committing the 3 foundations with no other resources. I'd give it another shot. If I managed to play a little more consistently, I think I could have had something there with it. Then I ran 2 Frigid Heat Waves. Another 5 diff, the 5 mid high 4, the 5 cost. But if I have 6 or more ranged, with everything being ranged, that isn't too bad. You know, obviously I want to try and draw 2 more cards, give me an ability to try and play deeper into my turn. And then the mill 3, if any of them are ranged for +2 damage. You know, sometimes you spike for huge value out of that. Kind of whiffed on it. Still think it's the right call. Maybe I'd try to run more, but definitely still will keep in deck. Last 5 diff and last attack I ran was Amphibious Ambush. 3 high 5, ran 2 of these. The big things here is combo enhance off of ranged. Your rival adds 1 face-up foundation from their stage to card pool, then builds the top of their deck face down. Interesting value. It's a soft D build that actually can help neutralize some stuff, especially early game. But also, add 1 other ranged attack from your card pool to your momentum. So it helps you clear your own card pool, even if that's just to trigger, you know, the ability to check better. But free momentum's always good. My only I didn't have any momentum gates in attacks. My only real momentum gate was plus ultra. So it's a great card. The 2 diff action, when you first enhance with it, you discard 1 momentum, double your attack speed or damage. Doubling something like tape stream jab or grasping tape toss, or doubling the speed on like a tongue whip or a frigid or a cannon blast could really help set up a huge turn. Definitely a good card. Would love to see it more. Not on turn 1. I had a bad tendency of drawing it in opening hands. I ran 4 of it, but yep, just definitely a card I'll play again. In terms of foundations, I ran Sticky Balls. I ran this as a 4X. I'm trying to clog card pool. This is the card that does it. And if not, it's a -4 speed against any non-ranged attack. Huge card. Never bad to see it, other than if you're trying to just kill him that turn. Yeah, good card. Definitely would keep, run again. Rescue completed. 3 diff for the 2 low, the 5 check, but it's enhance, commit 1 foundation. This attack gets +1 or -2 speed. Lets you turn all your foundations into a -2 speed. Decent. I would maybe think about not running this again. I wasn't flipping enough stuff down to really need it for the ready. And having that many 3 checks definitely didn't pay off as much as I wanted to. So perhaps that's on the chopping block. Then my other 3 I ran 2 copies of Defrosting. Just the mill 1 for +2 speed, -1 damage, or +1 speed +2 speed, -1 damage, or -1 speed, +2 damage on your turn and your opponent's turn. Super versatile card. Doesn't even have to commit to do it. You can actually get some crazy damage numbers with 2 of these on board. 10 out of 10 would keep. I only ran 2, but I think 2 is the right number generally. All right. I ran first villain encounter as a 4X. The ability to keep yourself going through a progressive turn by getting -1 difficulty to your next range check, and the +1/+1 stats to attacks. Good, and it's a scary deadlock threat, which I didn't have a lot of available on water. So Definitely thought that was worth keeping. Would play again. Then the other two that I ran as a 4X, Creepy Realization. That is a card that, heck, against a Tokoyami, this is -4, -5 damage. Anybody else stringing out like crazy like that, this is huge. And if you're stuffing card pool, you can get this to be +3, +4 damage on the right attack. Generally came in pretty handy. I might need to work on getting better with timing it, but I think that the card itself was a good play. Maybe I only run 3 of it next time, but it was good. Would play again. Then we've got Think Fast. I ran this as a 2X. It's unique, so but it still has it has the +1 mid block, which is hard to argue with. But yeah, the ability to change zones by committing a foundation and +1/+1ing an attack if the zone's been changed. Those seemed good to me. I didn't really use it nearly as much as I wanted to, partially because I checked bad, so I didn't have a lot of resources to just blow. Same problem I ran into where Cannon Blast never felt like a good attack. I might give it another shot. Didn't really perform for me at all today. Then I ran 2 Frozens. Your turn, destroy 1 foundation. Your rival commits 1 foundation. Literally never used its ability once. Just a dead card all day. Mostly played it because I needed the foundation. The idea behind it was if I had a game that went long, it could get me to be able to destroy face downs and get me so I wouldn't have to build into deadlock necessarily. Literally never mattered. Maybe take it out. Then I also had Graceful Maneuvers. Ran this as a 2X. Commit. The attack gets -2 speed and -1 speed for each card in your card pool. So the later your turns go, it offsets progressive difficulty for blocks, and it's a -2 speed otherwise. Pretty decent card. It was fine. Would run it again, but it wasn't like a huge payoff or anything. Then, as a one-of, I ran Self-Assured, which I love the card. I never got to use it today, but commit to change the zone of an attack and draw 1 card for every 4 range in your discard pile. Late game, that's ridiculous, and the changing of zones, both on offense and defense, can really be a game changer. Just never had it online, really. I would definitely try again just because I think there's still value there. Alright, ones I ran 4 of. Ice Gliding. Love the card, generally always a good payoff. Commit for -2 speed and -1 to the next if you block. Also can give +1 speed and +1 to the next if you use it on offense. Generally love to see it. The fact that it can touch 2 attacks is great, and the fact that it's a 1 check, so it's spam that actually has real meaningful play value. Yeah, love to see it. Ran Tape as a 4X. I'm running Plus Ultras. I have a lot of mid blocks. The idea here was to switch stuff into mids and then just block it. Rarely had it online. Never had it at the same time as a Plus Ultra in hand. Disappointing performance, but I think that's more on happenstance than the actual card itself. Would probably still play again. Struggling with studies. The enhance to pick up a card out of card pool if you've been attacked 3 times would be great if I hadn't been stunned out the 2 or 3 times I had it online. So yeah, disappointing performance, but then again, that's just how things went. Would probably give it another shot. It's a playable spam, and even if nothing else, the ability to pick what's being flipped to it, pretty nice. Then I ran Surviving the Final as a 4X. It's a 0 diff, gives you -1 speed on an attack. Really, what more do I need to say? It's a vaguely meaningful 0 diff. I'll play it. And then gotcha. I ran this as a 3X. It's got a low block. That's always nice. And the actual ability on it of responding to give an attack -1 or +1 speed, that's actually, I had a ton of value from that. People stunning me into gotchas, me committing gotchas into rescue completed or think fast. Gotcha actually did a lot of work for me today. So yeah, gotcha, good card. Maybe even definitely would keep that in another run. I think overall I just need to lower my foundation curve a bit anyway, just because I had a hard time playing enough foundations on turns 1 and 2 to put me at a point where I could just go. So that might have been a mistake on my part. Then, sideboard. Ran 3 Faith Shield. If I run into anything I'm struggling to have on blocks for, or anything with like throws or completely blocked cards, this is the answer. Came up a couple times, pretty good, would play again. Irrefutable Force Nature, ran this as a 2X. The Situational Seal, I never felt like I needed it. It could have been okay if I had it on board a couple times, but realistically, I didn't have the foundations to commit to deny anything that was worth denying. So, yeah, it was fine with it. Maybe play it again, but I could also swap it out. I ran 1 copy of Sports Festival Stadium. Feels kind of like a double-edged sword for Asui 2, just because you're kicking the card out of card pool you normally want to spend for the +4 damage, but just the fact that you can kick breakers out alone saved me quite a bit, and that card draw to be able to try and draw something into a better turn. Real good, and the +1 damage per attack. If you're chaining pretty mid attacks like I was, this is not a bad way to actually get damage through. Good card, would run again, probably even main deck it next time. And then I ran Ice Storm as a 4X on the side. For if I felt like I needed to try and slip breakers in, and as a powerful gate. Reasonably, I really should have probably run this instead of Eat My Sticky Balls. It's just a better attack. The low is more useful than a high a lot of the time. The powerful would have been nice because there's a number of times I was sitting with momentum. I could have just thrown into it and gotten some chip damage. And the Breaker 2 probably could have won me some games. So definitely think that running that or over the Eat My Sticky Balls might have been the right answer on life or on water. Yeah, good card. Paid off every time I swapped it in. So overall, that's what I ran. Those were my thoughts on the cards and how everything performed. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to drop me a comment. Thanks. Hope folks have a great night. Hope everybody has a awesome time playing tomorrow. All right.